So this is going to be a long session actually on the discussion of short questions one by one. Here are some short questions that I have actually collected from question papers of successive years, and now I will look into it and I will discuss the answers one by one. So it may take half an hour or so, so stay tuned for that. Okay, and if you can, or it would be better for you to actually take the textbook out, open page number 47. That is, then it will be easy for you to make out from where that answer would be to each successive questions, right? So the first question is number 1. Okay, another thing is that it's a long PDF. It's a handwritten page that I actually scanned and turned into PDF. I have just opened the Google Classroom and the short questions portion out there. I will probably add the classroom code in the description portion if I can do so, and some questions may get repeated. Okay, so just don't count the numbers, look at the questions. Okay, the first question is, in which town was Dr. Kalam born, or where was Dr. Kalam born? So the answer to the question is that Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was born in the island town of Rameswaram in the erstwhile Madras state. So the answer lies in the first and second line of page number 47 at the very beginning. Next question, what according to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's father does adversity always present? Or what according to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's father does adversity offer to us, or adversity offers to us, whatever. So the answer to that is, according to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam's father, adversity always presents opportunities for introspection, and the answer to this question probably lies somewhere probably in page number 48. Okay, page number 48, last para, last sentence. Adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. Next question. When did Kalam's father start his day, or when did Kalam's father get up from bed? So answer is in strong roots. So whenever you are answering short questions, try to add in strong roots, in quote unquote strong roots, the piece's name actually. So in strong roots, Kalam's father gets up. If the question, one more thing that I would like to tell you, if the question comes in simple present, then keep the answer in simple present, and if the question comes in simple past or past indefinite, then you should also answer the question in past indefinite. So here it is in present tense. It can it may come in also in past indefinite also. So the answer is that in strong roots, the Kalam's fathers get up from bed at 4 a.m. by reading the namaz before the dawn. At 4 a.m. would suffice the answer, and the answer is in page number 49, second paragraph, first line. Next question, where did Kalam's father go for evening prayers? And the answer is, for evening prayers, Kalam's father went to a very old mosque in his locality. And the answer to this is in page number 48. Page number 48, first para, probably fifth lines, fourth and fifth lines. Next question, what did Kalam's father say when people came to thank him after being cured? Answer is, when people came to thank Kalam's father often being cured, he always smiled and thanked and asked them to thank Allah the Merciful. Okay, so when people came to thank Kalam's father after being cured, he always smiled and asked them to thank Allah the Merciful, and the answer lies here in page number 48, first para, from the last the second line. First para from the last the second line. Next. Question number 6. How can demonic forces be propitiated? Okay, so the answer is, in strong roots, according to Kalam's father, demonic forces can be propitiated with prayers and offerings, and this is okay. The answer lies in page number 49, first para. Page number 49, first para. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th line. Okay. Page number 49, first para, 10th line. So in strong roots, Kalam's father, actually the answer is written in a complete manner. Basically the answer is demonic forces can be propitiated with prayers and offerings. Question number 7. Who was the ideal helpmate of Kalam's father in strong roots? Okay. So the answer is, in strong roots, Kalam's mother Ashi Amma was an ideal helpmate of Kalam's father. And the answer lies in the beginning, page number 47. Ideal helpmate. Okay, in the first para, page number 47, first para, 4th line. Next question. When do human beings, according to Kalam's father, start looking for company? So the answer is lies in probably page number 49. Yeah, page number 49. So in strong roots, according to Kalam's father, whenever human beings find themselves alone, as a natural reaction, they start looking for company. And it lies in the answer is in the first paragraph of page number 49, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Page number 49, first para, 5th line. The answer lies here. Next. Or it has another alternative question, what do human beings do whenever they find themselves alone? So the answer basically remains the same. Next. Probably this is question number 8. Question number 9. How did Kalam spend his childhood? Or how was Kalam's childhood? So the answer is, in strong roots, Kalam had a very secure childhood, materially and emotionally, full stop. All necessities were provided in terms of food, medicine or clothing. And here is the answer. Page number 47, third para, page number 47, third para, 5th line, third para, 5th line, from that line onwards. So, question number 10. What was Rameshwaram famous for? The answer is, in strong roots, Rameshwaram was so famous for the Shiva temple, which was about a 10 minutes walk or 10-minute walk from the narrator's house. Here is a mistake actually. It will be from the narrator's house or Kalam's house. Okay, so here it is written as our house. So the answer is, in strong roots, Rameshwaram was so famous for the Shiva temple, which was about a 10-minute walk from the narrator's house. Next question, and this answer lies here. Old mosque 10 minutes away. Okay, the Shiva temple. Page number 48, first line probably. Page number 48, first line. Next question, question number 11. What did Kalam eat with his mother? Okay. So the answer lies here in page number 47, last para. In strong roots, Kalam ate ladled rice and aromatic sambar and a variety of sharp homemade pickle and a dollop of fresh coconut chutney with his mother, and all the items were served on a banana leaf. And the entire answers lies on the last paragraph of page number 47. So next question, question number 12. Who, according to Kalam, was a close friend of his father, or who was the high priest of Rameshwaram temple? So the answer is in strong roots. According to Kalam, the high priest of Rameshwaram temple, Pakhi Laxman Shastri, was a very close friend of his father. So the answer will be from second para, the first line of the second para of page number 48. Page number 48, second paragraph, first line. Next question. How does Kalam describe his appearance? Okay, the physical stature. The answer is in strong roots. Kalam describes himself or his appearance as a short boy with rather undistinguished looks, born to tall, handsome parents. Now, the answer lies in the third para. In the third para, page number 47, at the very beginning, the first line of the third para, page number 47. Next, question number 14. How was Kalam's locality? Or how does Kalam describe his locality? Or how does Kalam describe his neighborhood? Okay, so the answer is Kalam's locality was predominantly Muslim, but there were quite a lot of Hindu families too, living amicably with their Muslim neighbors. There was also a very old mosque in his locality, so that is an unnecessary addition. So up to that, up to Muslim neighbors. And the answer lies, okay, so page number 48, first para, second line. Page number 48, first para, second line, our locality was predominantly Muslim from there. Question number 15. Into what type of family was Abdul Kalam born? So Abdul Kalam was born into a middle class Tamil family. The primary concern here is middle class family, okay, middle class Tamil family. Page number 47, first para, first line. Next question. Why would Kalam's father take Kalam to local mosque? The answer is in strong roots. Kalam's father would take Kalam to local mosque for evening prayers. Page number 48. Page number 48, fourth line, first para. Okay, page number 48, first paragraph, fourth line. That would be the answer. Next question, question number 17 probably. What would Kalam's mother serve at lunch? It has been discussed earlier, but question is in a different shape. Or what did Kalam usually have in his lunch? So the answer is again page number 47, last para. Page number 47, last para. Kalam usually had in his lunch ladled rice and aromatic sambar, a variety of sharp homemade pickle, and a dollop of fresh coconut chutney served on a banana leaf. Next question. What do human beings do when they reach an impasse? Okay, good question. And the answer is when human beings reach an impasse, they look to someone to show them the way out. And the answer lies here. When they reach an impasse. So it is page number 49, line number 6 onwards. So page number 49, first para, line number 6 onwards. Next, what was Kalam's world, or what is Kalam's world, or what is or was Kalam's world as he described? So the Kalam's world is of or was of science and technology according to Kalam. or as he described. The add-on will be according to the question. Okay, so Kalam's world is of science and technology. So the answer lies here in page number 49, last paragraph, first line. Last paragraph, first line. Actually, it begins from the first line. Into the world of science and technology. Next, question number 20. What, according to Kalam, did Kalam's father possess? Or what, according to Kalam's father possessed or did pose, whatever it is, did pose probably, or did possess. The answer is Kalam's father possessed great innate wisdom and a true generosity of spirit. And the answer probably is from the first page, page number 47, first paragraph and third line. Despite disadvantages, he possessed great innate wisdom and true generosity of spirit. Page number 47, first para from third line onwards. Next. What, according to Kalam's father, happens when we pray? The answer is, according to Kalam's father, when we pray, we transcend our body and become a part of the cosmos which knows no division of wealth, age, caste or creed. And the answer lies here in page number 48, second para towards the end. That's it. When you pray, towards the end, from the end, that is, okay, let us begin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So page number 48, second para from sixth line. When you pray, he said, you transcend your body. So from second person, we must transform it into third person when someone prays, like this. Next, question number 22. What was Kalam's ancestral house made of? What was Kalam's ancestral house? Where is it? Made of. Okay. Kalam's ancestral large Pakka house was made of limestone and brick. And it is described here in page number 47, third para, third line. Page number 47, third paragraph, third line. From third line onwards. Next. Why could, okay, question number 23. How were Kalam's parents looked upon by others? Or how were Kalam's parents widely regarded? The answer is, Kalam's parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple. And the answer lies in the second para first line of page number 47. My parents were widely regarded as an ideal couple. Next, why could Kalam not understand the meaning of the prayers? Why could Kalam not understand the meaning of the prayers? The answer is, in strong roots, Kalam could not understand the meaning of the prayers because he had not the faintest idea of the Arabic prayers chanted in the mosque. It's a complete way. So answer will be from page number 48, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So page number 48, first para, fifth line onwards. I had not the faintest idea of the meaning of the Arabic prayers chanted. Okay. Next, because he did not understand the Arabic language probably. Question number 25. Why was Kalam's mother's lineage considered to be more distinguished? The answer is, Kalam's mother lineage was considered to be more distinguished because one of her forebearers was bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. And the answer lies here in page number 47, second para. My mother's lineage. Page number 47, second para, from first line onwards. My mother's lineage was more distinguished, and the explanation follows later. Next. Question number 26. When was Kalam's ancestral house built? The answer is, Kalam's ancestral house was built in the middle of the 19th century. And the answer lies here in the third para, third line of page number 47. Page number 47, third para, third line, in the middle of 19th century. Next question. What power, according to APJ Abdul Kalam, saves our life? Okay. According to APJ Abdul Kalam, an existing divine power that can lift one up from confusion, misery, melancholy and failure and saves our life. Okay. Okay, the answer lies here in page number 49, last para, and feel convinced that last para, third line, from third line. There exists a divine power that can lift one up, and it goes onwards. Page number 49, third para, from third line onwards. Next, how far was the Shiva temple of Rameswaram from Kalam's ancestral house? The answer is, the Shiva temple was a 10-minute walk from Kalam's ancestral house, and the answer is second line, begins from the first line actually. Page number 48, first para, the answer lies in the second line, but the sentence begins actually from the first line. Rameswaram was so famous to bring about a 10-minute walk from our house. Next, hot where or hot would Kalam's father do or go after namaz? Where would Kalam's father go after namaz, or what would Kalam's father do after namaz? So the answer is, after the namaz, Kalam's father used to walk down to a small coconut grove that they owned about 4 miles from their home. Okay, so page number 49, the answer will be from page number 49, second para. He used to walk down, second para, second line. Okay, before dawn, after the namaz he used to walk down to a small coconut grove. Page number 49, second para, from second line. Next, how was the house of APJ Abdul Kalam? So in this question it needs a complete answer, complete coverage of the answer or the house. When was it built and what was it made of, etc. So the answer is, the ancestral house of APJ Abdul Kalam, which was built in the middle of the 19th century, was a fairly large Pakka house made of limestone and brick on the Mosque Street in Rameswaram. Okay, so location was also given here. Actually, I have given the location also. When was it built, how was it built, what was its composition, and where was it located? So, how was the house of APJ Abdul Kalam? Next, too much information. Question number probably 31. What can the divine power do according to Kalam, or what was Kalam's opinion about the divine power? So the answer is, according to Kalam, the existing divine power lift one up from confusion, misery, melancholy and failure and guide one to one's own true place. Okay, the answer is again the same, but the presentation will be different of the question. So page number 49, again third para, from third line onwards, there exists a divine power. From there the answer is taken. Page number 49, third para, from third line onwards. Next, how did APJ Abdul Kalam's parents look? The answer is, APJ Abdul Kalam's parents look tall and handsome. And how do we know that? We know it from the fact that he was born to a tall and handsome parents. Page number 47, third para, second line. Born to tall and handsome parents. Page number 47, third para, second line. Next, why would people visit APJ Abdul Kalam's father's home? The answer is, people would visit APJ Abdul Kalam's father's home to offer thanks after being cured. Okay, so the answer is from page number 48, first para, towards the end. Look at the line from towards the end, the third line from end. I also remember people visiting our home to offer thanks after being cured. Next, question number 34 probably. Where would Kalam go to pray to God, or where would Kalam's father take him to? It has been discussed earlier. Kalam would go to a very old mosque in his locality with his father in the evening to pray to God. Okay, and there was a very old mosque in our locality. So page number 48, first para, fourth line. Next, who was Kalam's mother? The answer is Kalam's mother was Ashiamma, whose lineage were the more distinguished, one of her forebearers having been bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. So, who was Kalam's mother? Ashiamma was Kalam's mother, or Kalam's mother was Ashiamma? That would suffice the answer. I have added some added information, extra information here. Okay, and the answer is my mother Ashiamma. Where is it? Okay. Actually fifth line from page number 47, first para, fifth line, and the add-ons are from the second para of the page number 47. Next, what did Kalam's austere father avoid? Okay, so answer is Kalam's austere father or Kalam's father used to avoid or avoided, it will depend on the question, used to avoid all inessential comforts and luxuries, and the answer is from the page number 47, third para, fourth line. Page number 47, third para, fourth line. Next, what did Kalam's father discuss with the high priest of Rameshwaram temple? The answer is Kalam's father would discuss spiritual matters with high priest of Rameshwaram temple in traditional attire, and the answer is from page number 48. Page number 48, second paragraph, it begins from the second line. The two men in traditional attire discussing spiritual matters. Page number 48, second paragraph, from second line onwards. Next, in which language or in what language were the prayers chanted at the mosque during APJ Abdul Kalam's childhood? So during APJ Abdul Kalam's childhood, prayers were chanted at the mosque in Arabic language. Arabic prayers, okay, page number 48, sixth line probably. Page number 48, first para, sixth line. Arabic prayers chanted. Next, where is the chapter Strong Roots taken from? So the chapter Strong Roots taken from his autobiographical works, Wings of Fire, right? It is taken from Wings of Fire. Yes, it is written here in page number 47 in the author's note section in the second para about APJ Abdul Kalam, and at that second para, Kalam's autobiography Wings of Fire, page number 47. Okay. And you can add on some extra. For example, the answer goes like this: the chapter Strong Roots is taken from Kalam's best-selling autobiography Wings of Fire, where he examines his early life, hardship, fortitude, luck and chance that eventually led him to lead Indian space research, right? Actually that is the description taken from the old book that was there, the greenish book that is not available right now. So next stuff, who were Kalam's parents? Okay, it is almost going to be a long session. Should I continue or cut it? Even again many more questions are there. What should I do? Okay, I am stopping it here. I will have to make a separate video for another 25 questions. It is taking a really long procedure. If I have to upload it in 480p, then it will consume a lot more data than I would assume. Even then, let me try to. Who were okay? The next question, probably question number 41. Who were Kalam's parents? The answer is Kalam's parents were widely regarded as. Okay, there is another question. What way was Kalam's mother's lineage more distinguished than that of his father? So that was his father. You have to answer it like this, because one of her forebearers were bestowed the title of Bahadur by the British. So that way they were more distinguished than the Kalam's father's previous generation or forebearers, and that is why from more distinguished than father's family, Kalam's father's family. And who were Kalam's parents? Kalam's parents were Ashiamma and Jainul Abdin. Okay, you have to mention the name. And you can also add some attributes of them, generosity of true spirit and all that, if you have enough space and time. Next, question number 42. What happens when one prays? The answer is, when one prays, it has been discussed earlier. When one prays, one transcends his body and become a part of the cosmos, which knows no division of wealth, age, caste or creed. And it is from probably page number 48 towards the end, second para end towards the end, page number 48. Next, how far was the coconut grove from Kalam's house? How far was the coconut grove from Kalam's house? The answer is, the coconut grove was about 4 miles away from Kalam's house, and the answer lies here, 4 miles from our home. So page number 49, second para, third line. Page number 49, second para, third line. Next, where was Kalam's ancestral house located or situated? Answer is, Kalam's ancestral house was located or situated on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. Okay. So the answer lies here. Page number 47, third para, fourth line, on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. Next, what was revealed to Kalam by his father? The answer is, fundamental truths about life were revealed to Kalam by his father. This is a thematic question. Probably the answer is not here in, or maybe there. It will take time to find the answer. Okay, you will find it somewhere if you can. The answer will be like this, just one single sentence, that Kalam's father, fundamental truths about life were revealed to Kalam by his father. Next, who was bestowed? Okay, what did the answer of Kalam's father fill Kalam with? What did the answer of Kalam's father fill Kalam with? Strange enthusiasm and where is it? Okay, here, page number 49, first para, his answer filled me with a strange energy and enthusiasm. Page number 49, first para, fourth line. Okay, page number 49, first para, fourth line. So the answer of Kalam's father filled Kalam with a strange energy and enthusiasm. Next, next question, who was bestowed the title Bahadur by the British? The answer is, one of Kalam's mother, Ashiamma's forebearers, was bestowed the title Bahadur by the British. Next question, page number 48. What, according to Kalam, can lift a man from misery and confusion? What, according to Kalam, can lift a man from misery and confusion? The answer is, according to Kalam, the existing divine power can lift a man from misery and confusion, and it lies in the page number 49, last para, third line. Okay. Next question, adversity, it is under quotation, adversity ... to introspection. That sentence basically, adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. The third paragraph, last line, page number 48. So within quotation, then a gap or a dash. Who is the speaker? Okay, the answer is, Kalam's father Jainul Abdin is the speaker of the above quoted line from Strong Roots or in Strong Roots. Next question, mention a very strong memory of Abdul Kalam's childhood. So the answer is a very strong or vivid memory of Abdul Kalam's childhood is of High Priest of Rameshwaram Temple Pakhi Lakshman Shastri and his father Jainul Abdin, each in traditional attire discussing spiritual matters. And it is from the first line. Okay, one of the most second line, page number 48, second para, second line. Next, what according to Kalam's, what according to prayer is the utility of adversity, or which kind of opportunity? What according to father? What according to father is the utility of adversity, or what according to father? Which kind of opportunities that adversity is actually presents? So the answer is according to Kalam, or according to Kalam's father, adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. The last line of second para, page number 48. According to Kalam's father, adversity always presents opportunities for introspection. Next, who was Pakshi Lakshman Shastri? The answer is Pakhi Lakshman Shastri was. It will depend on the question. Was, here is some mistake regarding tense. So if it is then is, if it is was then was. Pakhi Lakshman Shastri is or was the high priest of Rameshwaram temple. Next, what according to you is the most significant feature of PL Shastri, Pakhi Lakshman Shastri and Jainul Abdin conversing together? Or who would wear traditional attire? So they both would wear traditional attires. Or according to me, the most significant feature of PL Shastri and Jainul Abdin conversing together is their discussion about spiritual matter in traditional attire. Okay, next, 53, probably, what did Kalam's mother usually ladle him sitting in the kitchen? What did Kalam's mother usually ladle him sitting in the kitchen? The answer is usually Kalam's mother ladles him it will be ladles him if it is in present tense. Ladles him rice sitting in the kitchen. Okay, usually Kalam's mother ladles him rice sitting in the kitchen. The answer will be from page number 47, last para, first line. The answer is in the second line probably. Okay, page number 47, last para, second line. Next, what did Kalam's mother usually ladle? Okay, how was the food served to Kalam by his mother? How was the food served to Kalam by his mother? That means you have to write the proceedings. So food was served to Kalam on a banana leaf by Kalam's mother. On a banana leaf, place a banana leaf before me. That is from the same also, page number 47, last para, second line. Next, how many coconuts did Kalam's father bring from the grove? The answer is Kalam's father brought about a dozen coconuts tied together from the grove. And answer will be from, he would written about a dozen coconuts, page number 49, second para, third line. Page number 49, second para, third line. He would return with a dozen coconuts tied together, thrown over his shoulder. Next, in what kind of locality? It is predominantly Muslim locality. The question would be about the what kind of locality. It is a predominantly, the answer will be, it is a predominantly Muslim locality, but there is a lot of Hindu families. 57, probably, what did the answer of Kalam's fill with? Okay, there is a mistake in the question. What did the answer of Kalam's father fill Kalam with?